your cousin Tiff.
And your cousin Tanny.
And we are here with yet another episode of Let's Just Leave It at That podcast.
Yes, where we speak our minds, give our opinions, and give you advice.
That's the commercial again.
So let's get into the how's your week. How was your week? How you been?
This week has been okay. Kids are back to school in New York. So my whole week, my kids went to school Thursday and Friday only. So my week has been trying to get them prepared.
Mine haven't went back yet.
I'm dealing with a second grader and a 11th grader. What the hell is going on? So she was fine. She was a little nervous. Mm-hmm. They haven't been in school in like a year and a half. These poor kids. So she was really nervous. But it turned out a lot of the kids that she knew virtually from her first grade class.
Wow, I never thought about that. Yeah,
were in her second grade class, so she recognized the names or whatever. And so yeah, she was a little nervous at first, and they wear uniform, which is even better. My second grader does. My 11th grader boy, who's 11 and a half shoe. Yeah, we so all week has been.
Hold on, the child is an 11 and a half.
Yeah,
or he's
my son.
11 and a half years old.
No. His shoe size is 11 and a half.
Hold on. My feet are 10 and a half to 11.
Right.
How old is your son?
16.
Is an 11 and a half.
Yeah.
And he's how tall?
6'1".
Proceed.
Compared to my 5'1".
Proceed.
Compared to my 5'1".
Going. That's crazy.
But I still got him in check. Like, he still don't play with me. Like, I know they be like you. I'm not his friend, but we have our friend moment.
Have you said that to him? I'm not your friend.
Oh yeah. No. The typical black mama stuff. Like, he done hurt. I sent him something yesterday. Mm-hmm. You know how all parents, I know I grew up in a household where they be like, when they buy you some new shoes, they be like, put your foot in the shoe. How much room you got?
How much room? Let me feel it. Right. Let me feel it. Let me
feel where your toe at. Right. So I did that with my son, and I'm like, oh wow.
I'd have been like, Mom, really?
That was him. Age? My son be over me. But yeah, so our week was spent getting prepared for school. They went to school, I sat in orientation with him on Thursday, right? Mm-hmm. My son is going to the 11th grade. So in his orientation, they're talking about like the trade stuff that you can do, like the culinary arts or the automotive tech and stuff like that. So I'm sitting in there and I have my mask on. I had a hat on because my hair was fucked up.
Oh, Lord.
But so and I'm sitting there like about to cry.
Aww.
Because I remember taking him to the first day of school when he first went to school, like when he was preschool, so 3 years old. Wow. I remember that day like it was yesterday because he cried because he didn't want me to leave him.
I definitely did that one time.
But when it was time for me to get him from school, he cried because he didn't want to leave school. I don't know what happened in that 3 hours that they
he had a great time. That's good.
Yeah, so I was thinking about that moment, and now you're talking about next year, like he about to be 18 and he gonna be looking for colleges. Like, so I was in there tearing up. I'm like, oh my God. I couldn't let him see me because, I'm a thug, but I could. So that was my week, just getting the kids prepared for school and getting them off
sending your kids already up to almost a senior year in high school.
Yeah. Oh my God.
About to send them to college.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Not that there's no other path that could be a great path, but this is a good path. I feel like you're very content. Yeah.
Right. And that's what I had that moment when I was just thinking like, oh my God, like we really got through. I got another one. We really got through this. Like I had him I was pregnant with him at the age that he is now. Right? So I be like. You ever
told him that?
Yeah. Yeah, me and him has had a few heart-to-hearts, like more recently, because it's kind of just us now. So we've been having those heart-to-heart moments, and you don't think that your kids pay attention. Like even younger kids, like your kids really pay attention. So my son kind of is at the age where he understands everything up until this point, like everything that we done been through while we've been through it. So it's like, yeah, we have our, like I said, we have our friendly moments, but then we have our moments where I'm like, I will slap the shit out you. Don't play with me.
Understandable.
You gotta let them know.
You gotta let them know. So your kids haven't started school yet,
They
right?
have not started school yet. They start on Monday. I'm nervous, like I said before. You know, it's middle school. But my daughter, I was talking to her yesterday after she got her hair done, and she was like, because she was a little, you know, she has mixed feelings, she says. She was like, she's excited, but she's nervous. And I'm like, you know, it's warranted. You haven't been in school in damn near 2 fucking years.
Right.
You know
so
what I'm saying?
wild.
Yeah, so it's like you going in there, you know, you're nervous. It's like you don't know what to expect from the teacher, a new school. And then it's like, you know, everything is just, it's crazy right now. It's crazy.
But they ready. Like I was telling Tanny on the way here, like my daughter is going to 2nd grade. Remember, I feel sorry for the 2nd grade teachers around the world because the kids usually learn how to get settled into like school life between kindergarten and 1st grade. These kids that's going into 2nd grade were home half of their kindergarten year.
Yeah.
All through their 1st grade year. So now she got a bunch of kids who don't know really how to act in the classroom now coming into the classroom. And my daughter was telling me like she had to tell everybody to wake up today. These kids are used to they've been on their own schedule for almost
on the
2 years.
They don't gotta get dressed. They can be in their bed under the covers. They can put their hair. They had no structure.
Anything. They had
basically at home.
Not for nothing. They were, I guess, now that I think about it, they were homeschooled.
They were homeschooled. Yeah.
You know, which a lot of kids do well from homeschool. So I'm sure, I mean, yeah, I agree with you. The translation will be kind of tough, but like at the end of the day, I think you'll be fine.
No, they fine. They're fine. It's a lot of kids who are nervous. Going to have to. Yeah, my daughter was nervous. My
the
son,
social aspect, I'd be thinking about more.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Interact properly, like
But they got counseling and stuff at the school.
Yeah, they're really working with the kids to get them readjusted to being physically in the school. So hopefully a lot of schools are doing that. But I know my kids' school are trying to get them back settled into, you know, this is the structure. But they have to wear masks and shit all day. That's the only thing. They have to wear masks all day.
I think that's why my week has been like a little overwhelming because I'm thinking about like preparing them for school and thinking about them in school. Like, oh my God. You know, you think about the kids and what people, you know, kids are cruel. You know, so they in a new environment. So I'm like, what they going to think? What they going to say? They go to middle school. Yeah. Right. So it's like, it's a lot. So I felt a little overwhelmed. I had to go out one of these days for a drink.
You sure did. I saw her story and she was out drinking. I was like, go girl.
I had my drink. I had a little martini. Girl. No, not martini. I had a margarita.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
From JP's. You know, he makes the best.
I know you ain't go back to J. When I saw the background, I was like, this bitch is in JP's. Oh my God.
You gotta have a strong drink. So, but I didn't do much this week. You know, just a lot of, you know, getting them prepared. Just overwhelmed. Very overwhelmed.
And then I'm like hands-on. So I do... Like, I'm a cosmetologist, so I do hair. And I couldn't do my daughter's hair because she got that 4C. Like, listen.
Right.
Her hair's a lot. Yeah. So I didn't do her hair until the night before school.
Oh, that was so long.
So I took it out that Tuesday night, but Wednesday night I had to wash it. I had to braid it back up, detangle it. And then not only that, after I finished her hair, I had to retwist my sundress because he was going to orientation. I couldn't let him go to orientation next. And thank goodness I'm a cosmetologist because listen, I be in there with the clippers. Like, we don't need no barbershop. Like, I got this.
Barbershop.
Especially because he won't let me do his edge up. But he does let me like take it down with my clippers or whatever. So this week has been a lot because I do the hair. Like I had to do the shopping, the last minute stuff. We had school
I bought school supplies off of Amazon.
These school supply lists are fucking ridiculous.
I don't buy half of the shit on it. I get the necessities: pencils, pens.
And
y'all sending me back thinking about this, by the way.
Yeah, listen,
that's a lot.
The school list was crazy, and then they need 2 things of disinfectant wipes, like Clorox. They put Clorox on there for the class.
They want them to.
They
want them to bring that.
Yeah. Yes. So Harley had to bring 2 things of Clorox. She had to bring regular box tissue, which is usual, but she had to bring 2 rolls of paper towel too.
Right.
She had to bring.
Wait, what?
They want that as well.
Yeah, paper towel.
Oh, okay. So that being said, so I guess they're gonna store that for them.
Yeah, so each child bring it in. I guess they'll use it.
But you have 20 kids in the class and everybody is bringing in stuff. So Harley, when I sent her to school the first day, she came back home with a bag and the teacher was like, we don't have nowhere to store this. You can bring it back midway through the year.
I mean, that's good. I'm sure some people
That's good, but I'm gonna use that paper towel. Exactly.
About bringing mid-year.
I'm not bringing it back in January.
My damn house.
This ain't gonna make it to January.
So for school supplies, did y'all go somewhere for it? Did y'all go to Target, Staples, or something?
I did Staples.
You did. Look, wow. Okay. So let me hear this Amazon first. Well, actually, no. Let me hear. If you don't mind, let me hear the Staples real quick because I want to hear that, and I want to hear the difference of that because I remember as a kid. First of all, I'll just tell you right now, I'm so glad I'm not in school no more.
Okay.
Like, once I graduated college, I was like, ain't going back to that shit, right? But just from high school and elementary school, like y'all are sending me back to the idea of like, oh shit, like I really used to be with my parents, buying composition books, getting gel pens, rulers, fucking. I remember I needed fucking binders and shit.
Oh yeah,
my god. So okay, so how was it getting? Staples right now, especially.
It's crazy because I didn't go until like Sunday.
Yeah, they barely had anything,
but they have everything like in the middle. Like everything that you need is because I went locally. So I guess they had, I know when I used to, in Walmart, when I used to do my school shopping in Walmart, they would have like the school list in there because we were in a small town. So you would just pick up the list and get it, and they would have everything in the middle. So Staples was the same way. I spent a little over $100 in school supply, buying paper and stuff like that. But they needed dry erase markers and erasers. They needed a bunch of shit, and
they not gonna fucking use. So that's why I say I buy necessities.
2 packs of 20 of number 2 pencils.
Oh my god, number 2 fucking
exactly. Then my daughter was like,
they can't use mechanicals no more.
Harley was like, I like the ones that you push.
Yeah, they specified on our list. They said no mechanical.
For real?
They said they can't. Yep.
They didn't have no mechanical.
I think you can't use mechanical on like Scantrons and shit if they still do that. I'm old.
Oh yeah, no, you can't.
Can you do they still do Scantrons? I don't know.
I'm surprised they don't do just electronic tests. You know,
exactly.
Make life easier.
But wasting mad paper still.
Yeah. I hope they not still doing. I'm gonna ask my son. Do y'all still feeling the bubble? Y'all better not be feeling with the number 2 pencil.
But your son's in the New York system, right? Mm-hmm. Does he have to do Regents?
Oh, he got
They haven't said anything about it yet.
Well, I mean, he would have been started doing so.
Oh well, no.
So he probably not. Maybe not in your region.
I don't know what that is either.
I had to do Regents and all that.
They're like state tests for high schoolers. I don't know if they call it down south. So our regions is what it was.
Oh, I see what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about. We didn't call it. We called it something else. I've been out of school a long time, so I don't remember what we call it. But I'm pretty sure if he hasn't done it yet, then he gonna have to do. I don't know, but I haven't heard anything about it.
What's the dollar amount for you that you spent on school supplies?
Supplies,
rounded up,
just like paper, like basic school supplies. I spent about $140.
Okay, that's not crazy.
Yeah, that's not bad. That wasn't bad.
And ideally for the year?
For the year?
Yeah, for the school year.
I'll probably do that again midway through. Yeah. Like so when they're going back in
as a kid,
January,
I would have never thought it was that expensive.
Yeah, because they need so much stuff. They need like 2 packs of 24 pack of crayons. Like they're real specific like that. Like the jumbo markers, you can't get the small markers, but you need like 2 packs of those. You need a lot of shit.
I love that shopping for school supplies as a high schooler.
You said it's different?
Yeah, it's very different.
Oh yeah.
You feel like you're more like you're really using these things, you're organizing stuff.
My son was like, I was like, Jay, what you need? Because they in high school, they don't give you no supplies. You kind of just know what to bring.
Yeah.
And I was like, what you need? I said, how many binders you need? And he was like, 1. I was like, no, the hell you don't. Like,
right.
He's just so nonchalant about it. Like, he's a really good student, but he's like, what do I need more than 1 binder for?
He knows where his shit is at.
Yeah, he was like, just give me the dividers. I was like, how many packs of paper you think you're going to need? Like, I had mad paper in my hand. He was like,
Because as a high schooler, you don't want to carry mad shit.
You don't want to carry mad shit. I think when I was in high school, like after 10th grade, I stopped even like writing down homework.
I hate that they still give people like textbooks, like big ass textbooks.
For what? Right.
Yeah.
I get it though, because you shouldn't lose the art of reading a book or something like that. But sometimes it's a waste of money. Oh.
This looks like a messy
when he goes to college, I can't wait for you to see those textbooks.
Oh yeah, those shits.
Listen.
And you can rent, first of all, you could rent out textbooks.
Yes.
There's a thing called Chegg. You could do that. We don't do free sponsors here. But, you could rent out textbooks. You could buy used ones. So that's more than possible. The fucked up part is that, they come out with a new edition every year.
Every year. So it's hard to get the used ones. And then you did have some professors be like, I know how expensive textbooks can be. So we're going to keep using the same book. But then most of them was like, no, you need the new book.
Because I wonder if they get a payout or something. They have to.
Yeah.
To do that.
Yeah, they have to. Those textbooks be crazy.
Bruh, just to give y'all even a deep dive, I remember I had a therapist who told me to buy books to read. I was like, I'm not buying no fucking books to read, bro.
Talk about?
You better send me the excerpt. You only using 3 pages of that textbook wherever you at.
Right.
This is true.
You're absolutely right.
But I'm a reader.
So, all right, not Staples, Amazon. How was that?
I feel like it was much easier. I don't like going into a store like I used to. So I like to order online. So it's much quicker. All I gotta do is search what I want. I look at the list, pencils, pens, whatever. Boom, 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 boom. And
Then you
put it in
got
the
that
cart.
Prime
It's just real quick. Right, in 2 days. That's that. Or the next day, depending on what time I order it.
If I wasn't such a last minute person, I would definitely do that. But I can be prepared to do it early, and I'm still gonna wait till the day before.
But for the both of them, what I did was it cost me like $200 or something for supplies for both of them. So it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Do you think it was more expensive because it was from Amazon?
I don't think Amazon was at it. I think it's a deal for Amazon. I think if I went to Staples, it would have been a lot more expensive for the both of them. From me, that's my opinion. So I think Amazon is much cheaper. That's why I go that route.
Yeah, I'm gonna try Amazon next time, child.
Do your children participate in school activities?
My daughter, she wants to start. She wants to do volleyball.
Oh, look
She
at
wants to do
her.
that. And at the school now, they offer like step. And they have double Dutch, and they got a whole bunch of stuff
look
going
at
on at their
them.
school. They got cooking classes, basketball, everything. So, but she definitely wants to do volleyball. So I'm hoping like she follows through with that. When they start, putting the signs up saying to try out.
I'm pretty sure that would be Harley. That would be my daughter. Like, she'd be ready to participate in any and everything. Now, my son, on the other hand, I don't know.
Or he's like a computer genius.
Yeah, that's what Jay would rather be in his, like, for Christmas, I bought him everything he would need to record, and like, he's into music and producing and all that good stuff. So he would much rather be in his room.
Does he have a little keyboard and everything?
He has the keyboard, like, he got everything. But he don't be letting me listen to his stuff.
He got a microphone? Mm-hmm. Everything?
Yep. He be sending my cousins be like, yo, I heard Jay's song, and I'd be like, what? What song did he do? Like, when did he send it to y'all? But yeah, that's what he would rather be doing. So he played football when we were down south, but he's not like sports. He would rather be doing production in his room and whatever.
Yeah. Well, that was our week.
That was our preparing for school.
Yes, preparing for school. Overwhelming week.
So before y'all go into your itinerary, I did say I have a question for y'all.
Yes.
Because there was a reason I was late today. And I won't fully disclose why.
Okay.
But I do have a question. What should a man pack in his travel bag?
Overnight?
His spend a night bag.
Yeah, the
SPENN.
Yeah, so you
SPENN?
A night, yes.
Spend
a night.
Spend a night.
Spend a night bag.
Wait, what? Wait, spend a night.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
it's not SA?
No, it's supposed to be spend the night bag, but it's
spend a night.
Spend a night. So SPENNNITE. Spend a night.
Is that what y'all call it? Spend a night?
Yeah, that's what we call it.
And you're spending
my little spend a night bag.
So I would say.
So you don't even have to tell us what you were. You don't have to disclose that information. We kind of already know. This is the question. So I know it'd be in my little spending.
But if you know you're gonna spend a night, you're gonna bring your toothbrush.
I already have one there.
Oh, excuse me. He already had it. He already at home.
Okay.
He already at home. All right. Extra drawers.
I was about to say that.
No, I didn't have.
So that's something you definitely need.
Don't look at me sideways.
No.
Maybe a little spray, whatever cologne you use.
Like just the essentials, like your little.
I had some stuff. I had some stuff.
Okay.
So
and the other things were provided for me.
The better question is, so when you got up this afternoon, morning, whenever you got up.
Long night, very long night.
What did you notice? What did you say? Like, damn, I should have bought that.
She said it to me.
Oh. Okay.
Because I was gonna go home.
Okay.
And then come here. And then you know,
things with a different way. Morning, you wake up, different story. Finish it all.
And then, so then I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go straight to work.
Okay.
You had clothes in the bag?
No. Oh. Nope. I did not have clothes.
But you showered and
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All that
So like,
stuff.
but she had that available, so that was cool. So and it was appreciated.
Okay.
You know.
You always realize you forgot something when it's like when you're trying to get ready in the morning, like, damn, I don't have my deodorant or something like that.
Right.
So little stuff like that I keep in the car because you never know. Like little deodorant. But
what's your little
deodorants and toilet
you could keep your little toiletries over there. You know, like
like little
brushes, your little soaps, whatever.
Have y'all ever had that kind of night and then y'all went back to work wearing the same thing? And someone,
I have.
And someone
I ain't even gonna lie.
I've
done that.
And then someone noticed?
Did someone notice?
I don't think
I don't know if they did it, but not say nothing to me. They didn't say nothing to me about it. Mind your fucking business.
Mind your goddamn
Don't worry about where I
business.
was and what I did last night.
I was on my way here and I was like, no one's gonna notice.
No one's gonna
They're never
notice.
gonna know.
They're never gonna know.
You know?
They're never gonna know.
I will lay down.
So drawers, right? I guess do I need new pants too? I was gonna think just a different shirt.
Just a different shirt. I don't think that's not 100%
deodorant,
necessary.
toothbrush,
Yeah.
socks. You know,
Just maybe like a couple of change of clothes. Maybe like
For one
2
night?
or 3 for when he goes over there. So he'll have something
So
there.
he'll have something over there, but he's saying like just that spend a night bag. Like what's the essentials? Like
What's the essentials? Yeah.
When you're leaving home, when you know you got a little sneaky link or whatever, your little link.
The link.
That you got, right? Like the link. What's in that spend a night bag? Like we said deodorant, we said the little toothbrush, a t-shirt, the pants. Oh, if nobody had noticed, the jeans are not 100% necessary.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a change of shirt and just like little stuff like that. You don't want to overdo it because I know I overdo it and I'd be like, why the hell I got this bag?
Got like 5 pennies for one night.
Exactly.
Would y'all ever put like snacks in your spend a night bag?
Edible?
She said edibles?
Like, you know.
An edible?
No, edible, like, you know. Yes, I mean, I would put that in there. Why the fuck not? That'd be a good vibe. Let's cast some edibles in there. Fucking out. I'm talking about, like, you know, edible.
I recently had
underwear
to do
and
a spend a night bag. It's something that I...
Wow.
See, I like, what?
And the truth shall set you free.
Wait
Wait up, man.
I'm just thinking, like, you know, my new life.
Oh, now you have a new life?
No. Like, y'all know about this life.
What's this life?
Okay, listen, dating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've had to do a spend a night bag or two.
Or two.
You know.
I didn't even know you could have more than one. I didn't even have one.
No, I'm saying like more on one night or 2 nights or maybe 3 nights where it was times where I had to have a spend a night bag, right?
I'm thinking of like having one overall.
Just having one, right?
Right? And then like, but making it like the most baller spend a night bag.
Yo, my spend a night bag.
I should make my shit designer.
I said this exactly.
Or at least a little designer. Just make it look mad nice.
Make it look cute, yeah.
Make it
And
look
then you
cute.
look, because then she gonna look at that
But
bag.
it can't look like a spend a night bag
That's
though.
what I'm saying.
It gotta look like you said, like something.
Like you go with it
be.
everywhere, huh?
I've seen, you know what's really funny? I've seen, so like, you know how you could just buy duffels?
Yeah.
Duffels are universal.
Yeah.
Like they're just,
Yeah.
they're unisex. But then then on Amazon, you can find a woman's duffel. And I feel like that's just like an innuendo for a spend a night bag.
Yeah, it is.
Is it a duffel? You have a duffel?
I have a small
purse.
little duffel. Sometimes I do use a purse. Like if it's somebody, listen, if it's somebody new, you don't want to, like, you know, you're gonna give it up, but you don't want him to know
Right,
that
you don't
you're
want
gonna
him to
give
know,
it up.
so you
right?
put little panties
so
and
you
little
got little panties in the corner in your pocketbook.
Because you put it down, he happen to look. He ain't gonna see what I got there.
Yeah. But with the person who you like on the regular, like this your little spend a night boo, like my spend a night bag is lit.
I haven't had one of those in a long time.
Right, she don't need.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Now I was like, damn, like I want to include Tanny.
No, it's fine. I haven't had one of those in a long time. It's all right.
But yeah, I could do that though.
We can.
That's actually a good way. I realized that a big deal for long relationships is like just rekindling with the smallest things or things you did in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
So a new date, or you guys get a hotel and then you make your
it. We have done that from time to time. Not recently, but we had said. I don't know if you ever saw 5 Christmases.
No, who's that? Who's in that?
Oh fuck.
5 Christmases. Hold on.
Yeah, look that up. I forget his name. Fuck. He's a funny ass fucking dude. Okay, but anyway, 5 Christmases.
5 or 4 Christmases?
Is it 4 Christmases?
It has Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn. It's 4 Christmases.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I
get
added
it.
another
The concept
Christmas.
is that they go to 4 different Christmases.
Yeah.
Got it.
But in the beginning of it, if you never seen it, you would think that they were 2 strangers, but they're actually a couple. So I think he's at the bar, or they met up at the bar. They was acting like totally 2 different people.
Oh.
And it was like, like, okay. I think he calls her a bitch or something like that, which made us remind us of ourselves.
Oh,
We're like, we should just meet up at the bar one time. Like, I go to the bar and he'll meet me there and he'll just like, hey, what's up?
I really was just about to suggest that. I was going to say, like, y'all could both leave the hotel, go have like 2 hours to yourselves, and then meet at the bar.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You don't have to.
That'd be dope.
You don't have to act like new people, but like you could definitely enjoy yourself. Is this
That
it?
movie was hilarious, by the way.
For real?
it's 5 stars.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
Definitely.
But yeah, I like that idea. Like, especially
hilarious.
for you, and you've been in a relationship and a marriage for a while. So to have that little spice, that little
That's why it was going down tonight, yeah.
Listen,
Oh.
she got to pay for this lunch that we about to have.
I'll give it to you later, Daddy. Anyway, moving on. Tennessee. Okay, it's the second week, guys.
Oh my goodness, 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. Last week it was Greg. This week it's Michael K. Williams. Allegedly, he passed away from a drug overdose. That's what they're saying. He's
Allegedly.
very. If you don't know who he is, y'all know him from The Wire.
The
if
Wire.
anything.
Let me tell you something.
Yes, The Wire. Omar from The Wire. He's a very iconic.
He was so young. Like,
actor.
he wasn't young, but he was
I thought
He's
he
a
was very
Brooklyn
attractive.
native.
Huh?
Brooklyn native, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's from Brooklyn.
And he was working on a new project, too,
he
which is
was
so crazy.
super dope. And like, he's one of the people like you really believe them characters, right? Because we all used to watch The Wire.
Yeah, did like a powerful thing for the tribute for DMX. I don't know if y'all
Yeah.
seen
Yes.
that. That was very powerful. I loved it. He was just him. Period. He had a lot more things to do. He had, he starred in Boardwalk Empire. I had wrote some of these stuff down. I'm like, damn, he did a lot.
He did a lot.
He was in Superfly, 12 Years, A Slave, The Django, Brooklyn's Finest, Lovecraft. I'm like, damn, and the list goes on.
On and on.
And he
sad that
was
we lost
not
such a
done. He
good
was
actor.
not finished. So the rumors are that he died of a drug overdose, but then there's people saying there's something about the fentanyl. Then somebody said it was
Yeah, it said Mr.
mental-
Williams was found about 2 p.m. according to the New York City Police Department. The death is being investigated as a possible drug overdose, the police said, and the city's medical examiner was to determine the cause. And on top of that, I'm sure you guys have seen, there was a recent couple of deaths, more so on the West Coast.
Comedians.
With the comedians who passed away. But what's been happening is that a lot of coke has been laced with fentanyl.
And I don't understand. I had to ask Dwayne. I said, "Why? What is going on?" He said it's the cartel sending it or something like that.
Maybe. I mean, that shit is always stepped on. It's never. I'd laugh to think that someone thinks that shit is always pure or something, but it's always stepped on somehow.
Yeah,
And it's scary.
Yeah.
It's really scary because these people don't know what they getting.
fentanyl's in any and everything.
Right.
It's just the amount. It's a good.
Yeah,
it's a
it's the
good
amount.
amount that you need, and when you're doing blow,
If you do,
it's
right.
not like you're gonna if you're doing a whole line, you're not gonna know.
Well, I've never done coke. I don't plan on doing it. But like if I take a perk or something like that, it could be in the fentanyl could be in the
Right.
perk.
Yeah.
So that's scary.
Wow.
Plus, he was probably just having a good ass time.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
could have
saying.
been
Like, you don't
partying.
even-
I don't think he was. I mean, I hope he wasn't in a down place because some people do OD from being in a down ass place.
Right.
I hope he was having a good ass time. That shit just hit too hard.
Just
Yeah,
too
that's
hard.
probably what it was, and that's fucked up.
And it sucks
And
'cause-
he
yeah.
said that he struggled. They replayed his Breakfast Club interview, and he said that he struggled with drug use in his early years. And like a lot of the people that were really, really close to him spoke out about how he kind of lived like this rough life. And even in his interviews,
He looked
like
a little
he
rough
would
on the-
say,
around the edges.
yeah, he
He
gave his story how he got the scar.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like that was just his life, like drugs. So that's why another reason why they're probably saying like this is probably really the cause of death. But like, Eden said, like, it was just probably a good ass night. Like, you don't really be thinking about that. Like, so prayers to him, his family, and everybody that's struggling with.
I follow his son. I knew it's so funny because I seen the post, and I'm like, I'm not gonna believe it right away. So I went right to his son's stories on his page, and I saw like 2 hours before it was like he was fine. He was traveling back to New York or wherever he was traveling back to, and I'm like, all right, this is not true. The next thing you know, I think 7 minutes later, he's posted, like, he just got off the plane, he's crying. He's like, yes, I know, I heard he's gone. I was like, oh, God.
That's another thing, having to deal with that shit publicly. Like, of course. Wow.
I mean, even when, like, Kobe passed, that was a big deal.
Horrible.
You know, even, like, people just didn't believe it. I remember seeing, like, a video where Shaq was kind of like, nah. Like, turn that bullshit off.
Yeah, like, nah, this ain't real.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, losses, like I said, rest in peace to him and condolences to his family, Michael. But let's just segment. Let's get into that. Okay?
Right.
Today is 9/11.
Exactly.
20 years.
God damn, yo.
20 years later.
Yes.
20 years is a long time, but I think that we all know what we were doing at that exact moment. And me being in the workplace with, a bunch of people, like, everybody has been sharing those stories all week.
Right.
And it's crazy that, like, if you're of age, you really know what you were doing at that point in time when that happened.
I was in the 9th grade. My 9th grade.
Me too.
History class.
Y'all were in the 9th grade?
Ninth.
Y'all want to know what grade I was in?
Yes. What grade were you in?
Like kindergarten or some shit.
Nah, damn, I'm not that much younger than you.
I know. What grade were you in?
What grade?
Second grade.
Second? Wow. I was in 9th grade history.
You were in high school when I was in 2nd grade.
Yes, that's crazy.
I was in criminal justice class, and we weren't doing anything.
I went to Stevenson High School in the Bronx. So y'all know that was rough around the fucking edge. So they made the announcement, and I heard, like, in Stevenson, nobody listens to the fucking...
Exactly. Y'all was not
paying attention. Fuck this shit. What the fuck are they talking about now? So I think she said something about a fight or something. And I said, it's always a fucking fight in, Stevenson. But then once I got to my other class, the teacher broke it down of what's happening. And what's so funny, I was able to look out the window and I seen smoke from the towers. And she was sitting there and she was like schooling us on, like, this is going to be a war. It's going to go on for forever, like, until maybe we pass away, we die or whatever.
Yeah, and that's what the teachers tried to embed in us, like, this is like the beginning of the end.
Yeah, and I'm like, whatever. Still then, I didn't think about how big it was. And Stevenson High School. I don't know if it's changed.
I knew this was gonna hit you too.
I got my mother found my yearbook.
Wow.
Y'all not seeing my yearbook.
I found my yearbook. I should have brought a picture. Y'all should have seen me in my prom. My daughter was like, Mom, you look so young.
You said where? At the prom?
In my prime.
Oh, in your prime. I thought you said the prom.
Oh, girl. Wait, I thought that was me. I said, if that was me, girl, they better take it
down. Wow. Yeah, I was in 9th grade too. I was in criminal justice class, but I was down south. And it's crazy because I used to spend my summers up here. And it just so happened that summer before this happened in September, I went back home that August. My father's, at the time, girlfriend worked in she was like the manager at a movie theater that was like right beside the Twin Towers. So that whole summer before, I spent so much time there because we used to be at the movie theater we saw every movie that there was to see that summer. We just used to be there all the time and doing a lot of sightseeing. And I remember just going in the buildings with my dad. But that day, like I said, we were in 9th grade. It's in the South, so early September in down south, especially where I live, is football season. So my teacher wasn't even in the classroom. Wow. Him and another coach were in the hallway talking about football. And then I guess they heard about it and they came in the classroom and turned on the news. And we're all watching, like you said, at that time, you like, this ain't a really big deal because we were so young.
Yeah, we didn't
think But being at work and listening to the stories of people who were already adults and already established and kind of knew what was going on, tell their stories about what happened 20 years ago. Yo, that was
That's crazy.
Crazy.
I walked in the house. My mother and my grandmother was sitting there. They was watching the news. It's like once I got home, like I think before it hit me, you know, when the teacher was telling me about everything, so it hit me. But when I got home, actually see it on TV, it was like, whoa.
Because we were all glued to the TV. So Eden being a second grader.
Oh Lord.
What were you you really didn't know
what was going on.
Oh no, I mean, for what it was, I did, because it was an exceptional moment. It was more like, because my mom was working at the school at the time, so, and then they were taking everybody out of the schools. Mind you, on the whole another side, my sister, who's 9 years older than me, which I guess she's y'all age, right? How old are y'all?
34.
Yeah, so she's a little older actually. She's gonna be she's gonna be 35 this year.
Me too.
No, not 35, 36.
Okay.
Yeah, she was in school in Manhattan, and what happened is that they closed the bridges between the boroughs. So my pops had to walk the bridge.
People were walking
to then take their kids and then go back home. Mind you, we lived in 183rd and Grand Concourse in the Bronx. Wow. So we're a little bit more uptown. I remember my elementary school was like 2-3 blocks from where I was living. And my mom just took me home. And then I just remember going home, and back then VCRs were still a thing. Right. My dad was taping like the news reaction to it, and he was just like astounded. He was just like, holy shit, like what is going on?
What the fuck is going on?
Because then I remember like leaving my school. I could hear it to this day. Like I remember hearing my school with some person saying like, oh, it was like a bomb or something. Mind you, we didn't have social media. So if it was social media time, that's an interesting thing. Imagine social media time
during that
9/11.
Right.
Wow, that would have
literally a nationwide tragedy that happened in New York City.
It
would be crazy nowadays. Like, oh, let's.
I remember this lady had said that because in the Bronx, we lived in Co-op City at the time. She had walked from Manhattan all the way home to the Bronx. Co-op City, you know, Co-op City is like right really before fucking Westchester. So for you to walk.
It's crazy.
Those people had no other choice but to, like, it was a lot
like lower Manhattan to the Bronx. That was beyond crazy. I had a little boyfriend at the time, right?
Yeah, look at your little.
And we can go back there. Cell phones wasn't like a thing. We couldn't bring them to school, especially in Stevenson. That thing was going to fuck off in Stevenson. So we had agreed the night before that we was going to meet up after school. And
fresh self.
I know, right? So I was waiting for him, and I couldn't call him to see. I didn't want to go. I got out of school probably like 2 something, and I waited from 2 something to like 5 something, just standing waiting to see if he was going to come, but he never showed up. Obviously knew why after the facts, and he apologized and all that stuff. But it was just crazy the fact that the world stopped.
Yeah.
It really did.
The world stopped, and it was like that for a while.
Yeah, our generation I was talking to my cousins last night, and our generation has lived through a whole lot of stuff.
Girl, that's 9/11,
COVID being like 2 of the major things. Like, we done seen a whole
recession.
A recession,
I'm about to say the recession. Like, we done experienced.
I mean, low key. I mean, not 9/11, but sometimes history just repeats itself.
Yeah,
shit going on, because I remember we had the Spanish flu in the 1920s.
Right.
Obviously, it wasn't as bad as this. This was low key a little worse, but no one knew it was gonna happen.
Exactly. Right.
Damn. 20 years ago.
20 years ago. I said, God.
Yeah, I was 7. I was 7 years old.
God
20 years ago.
Literally,
my birthday just passed. Yeah. I was 7.
7 years old. Yeah. That's the age. Now, so thinking about it, like, with my daughter who's 7 now, and us going through COVID, when I was like, did you know what was going on? I could understand that she did know what was going on, because she knows exactly, because we kept the news on for almost a year. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So she knows at 7 years old, like, she knows the intensity of what's going on in the world right now.
Yeah, you know what? Sanaa and Amari, I put the Black Lives Matter. Like, we went over that. We even watched.
That's another thing that we have to go
I had to explain to them about. I had to explain to my son especially, and explain to them us being black. I had to go into that, and they witnessed this. He said COVID and everything like that. Like they done been through a fucking lot.
So young too. So listen.
And shit, I come to and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, damn,
it's a lot of shit.
It's a lot of shit.
It's also interesting to think how much we adapt as humans.
Exactly. Because
I mean, a lot of travel changes were made, especially in the airport, TSA, bomb checks, etc. Now COVID, we went from like looking at like, I mean, if I'll be honest, like I remember I'll see like I'll see usually like Asian people wearing masks and shit on the train. I'm like, like what's that all about?
Right.
You know, but it's a custom in like Japan and shit because it's more so to not get other people sick. Because the mask isn't for you, it's for other people. And now to come to think about the fact that now almost worldwide it's just a mask is almost mandatory. And we all got adjusted to it, I would say so. You know?
We did.
We did.
We were still at a pretty high time of COVID when not high time, but we were relaxing down a bit when y'all first came here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was just telling Tiffany, I said, I hate these fucking masks. And she was saying,
I'm used to it now.
Like we went to the bar.
We went to
before we came.
Backstory.
I was a little late.
Adam was like, be a little late. And then we were kind of thinking that because it was 9/11, was going to be a lot of traffic coming into the city.
So we left a little earlier.
So we left a little early. So when Eden said he was going to be late and we were going to arrive a little early, we was like, what should we do?
So we went to the bar and they didn't have the seats at the bar. So I said, can we sit down? The guy was like, do you have your vaccination card? I said, the vaccination card. I was offended. I said, so we got.
Can we sit outside?
Yeah,
he was like, I'll see.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, he had to go to the back and see. He said, oh yeah, you could do that for you. Yeah. You better fucking do, because I would raise fucking hell up in here.
They set you inside in the back?
They said that's outside.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the worst alternative.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I sit outside.
It's a nice day.
We got reservations earlier.
But the way he said it was like, y'all don't got your vaccination card?
Right, exactly.
Like judging us. Like, nigga, no.
I feel like most people are just very much doing it.
Yeah.
The weird thing about the vax stuff right now is that I think Biden is really pushing on it, and I'm not surprised that there's pushback on it. There's pushback. You know, people feel weird. People feel like, you know, their rights are being very much diminished.
Right.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Even as a man who has it, I totally understand because it's like at one point you're like, damn, I really don't want this shit.
Right.
I be kind of stuck in the middle sometimes. Like some days I be like I even told my son this week, I was like, they have one at his school, like a vaccination clinic.
Oh.
And I've been doing a lot of research. I was like, Jay, like, let's come on, like I'm just. And
would you let him do it did you not, or does he have it?
No, not yet. And because he has asthma, no. But I'm kind of leaning towards like, and it's because of so much pressure, like.
Yeah, see, but
I'm still like, dang.
One of my friends,
so much stuff that
I feel bad. Like she just got the vax. She's about to get the second one now, but she had just gotten COVID, and she had it for 2 weeks. And she was like, not the worst case I've heard of, but the fatigue set in on her super bad.
Right.
So much so that it convinced her to get it, but when she went to go do it, she felt like she was like kind of betraying her body. Like I felt bad hearing that. Wow. And I can only imagine, again, even for y'all too, when we talked about it like 2 weeks ago, the pressure of now just being women, black women, but women with children.
Right.
You know, you want to weigh out the best options for your child.
Absolutely. So it's a lot, but I don't know, like I said, I'll be back and forth with it, but yeah, they definitely said at the bar, like they're asking us, especially here in New York, like,
but I thought it was supposed to be the end of the month.
I don't know, but
I thought I felt so offended. I was like, I told him, I said, he said we can't sit in here going off.
I was waiting for her to go off because he kind of disappeared and then he kind of came back.
I can't imagine you going off.
You can't.
Her?
No. I don't think you're pussy. It's just like, I can't see you going off.
Oh my God. The way it was here, he was like, this bitch? He be like, he like, you gotta control your fucking self.
Oh my God.
You gotta calm down because
no, she's definitely.
I also probably just don't give you a reason to want to go off.
Right.
Yeah. I was telling Tiff about something. I'm not gonna get into that. Gonna leave you all fucking mad again.
No, please don't.
About some emotional ass nigga. Anyway.
Kind of want to hear it.
Nope. Don't want to hear it.
What is next, ladies?
Yes. What is going on? I know you said you had a question.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to say that at the end, right? Till the end.
Okay.
For Tiff's tip.
Tiff sit?
Maybe we can do that for a Tiff sit. We could do the question. That'll be a good one.
Okay.
But no, so we're talking about, our kids going to school and all this stuff going on in school. So that got me to thinking. I went on a trip back to memory lane.
Okay.
I was thinking like what type of student I was because my daughter was kind of nervous. My son is like, I gotta go to class, come home, whatever. Like he's like, he doesn't show. Even if he cares, he doesn't show. So I was just wondering, like, what type of student were you? Like a good student? What type of student were you?
I feel like I was a great student. Shit, I got through Stevenson, so I was a wonderful student. If you can graduate from Stevenson,
then you
listen. Okay, listen, Stevenson. But I feel like I was a great student. I wasn't like a A student. I was like BC. Okay, I got passed.
We passed this.
But I skipped class a few times. Like in high school.
I've never skipped class.
You've never?
I'm mad pussy.
You've never? At first, I was scared, like in the beginning. But then I had a little boyfriend. I was like, fuck it. I'm not going to 7th period. I'm not going to 8th period.
It changes when you get a boyfriend or whatever. So I was a really good student. Like I'm one of those people who I like being in school. I like class, but. Like when I had a lot of friends that was doing all kind of shit, like
no,
like
exactly
that.
What you're talking about.
But I was always down, but I was the person that never got caught. And my friends used to be like, "How the hell?" Like I used to be probably the mastermind behind some shit, but I would never get caught. I
never got
sneaky.
Caught.
So all the teachers looked at me like, "Oh, like the angel."
Right, you are so innocent.
But it was really me.
Like I'm a badass bitch right now.
It was really me the whole time. Who was really like, y'all, we should do this. I didn't start cutting school until I got a little boyfriend, which is eventually ended up being
11th grade when I
my
started
kid's
cutting
father.
School. But then my friends were so funny. They was like, Taniqua, how the fuck did you, like, they wondering how the fuck I graduated on time because when y'all was still in the fucking hallways lollygagging, wanting to fight, I was in class. I wasn't getting A's, but I sure was passing, bitch.
What got you to keep that going though? Because naturally, a lot of people react to their environment and what people do.
I knew that I wanted to graduate high school. Not only did I know I had my mother and father on my fucking back.
Yeah,
they was together
you grew
at the
up
time.
In a 2-parent household.
Yeah, so it was like you going to school, you better get your diplomas. Like that's what I was taught to do. That's what I was immune to do. Like if you wasn't going to school, what the fuck are you doing? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that I felt like I think I want to do more for myself. Because I wanted to say I got a high school diploma, and like I said, going to Stevenson, I wanted to accomplish something. You know what I'm saying? I graduated on time. I did my thing.
That go, girl. Yeah. Down south, it was like I don't know. Like we had what else was there to do? We was going to school, but we started cutting school. But let me tell you something. So I live with my grandfather, and he kind of started getting sick and stuff to where he was in and out the hospital around my 9th or 10th, strongly my 10th grade year. And my mother lived out. She ain't live with us, but so I kind of had the house to myself when I was in high school. Like this whole 3-bedroom, 2-bath, like a whole house. You know the house down south.
Right.
Like I had the whole house to myself at that time. So we didn't cut school a lot, but it was times where we did cut school. And we would just go to my house and chill.
Really?
My grandfather had some liquor like anything. So we would be that's bad now that I look back at it. Okay. But we would just be at my house, me and my dude, probably 2 other couples, like that we all grew up together. We just used to be at my house watching cable, eating up all the food. But let me tell you, I messed up. Well, not me. So my mother worked in the hospital. And she served the patients their food. And we were high school students, so we were broke. And we were hungry and we cut school and we had no food. So we told we went to the hospital to get food because we knew she was going to give us free food.
Right.
Like, first of all, hospital food be bomb as fuck.
It do. I ain't gonna front.
Wow, this is the most contrast opinion I've ever heard about hospital food.
It depends on what hospital.
It depends on what hospital. All I know is man in hospital, man in down south in South Carolina, they hospital food be, not the stuff that they give the patients because I'm guessing they got to give them stuff.
Oh, is that what you're talking about? Okay. I thought.
But no, they have people really go there for lunch. So they have a whole staff that cook really good food. So my mother worked in that section. So we went and she was like, what y'all doing here? And we was like, oh, we're in between classes. Like down south, everybody, you start driving at 15. And a lot of my friends had cars.
Right, I forgot that you guys could do that.
Yeah, so a lot of my friends had cars. So we would travel from like when we went to vocational school, like if we did cosmetology or culinary arts, it was at a different location.
Oh, wow.
So we just told my mom we were coming from Vogue and we were hungry and it was around lunchtime. So she like, all right, she gave us all food. And yeah, so later on, like she was questioning me, but I was like, whatever. But she still didn't live with me at this point. I was still like living at the house by myself. She had her own house with her husband. I was taking care of my house in 10th grade.
Oh,
child.
God.
So later on that day, the other two people I was with, their parents found out, like the school called randomly. They ain't never used to call, but that day they called.
You knew what period to go to. That's going to take your attendance. After that period, they take your attendance.
Have to go, yeah.
I didn't gotta go. I think it was like 4th, 5th period. All right, bye.
It was a big deal.
They're not gonna call my house. They're not gonna snow because I was in attendance. So
yeah,
I knew how to maneuver.
Yeah, so we did, and so they got in trouble. My friend got her car taken. Like she had. Listen, they have some nice cars down there. Like these 14, 15-year-olds. Like she had like a Spider Eclipse, and that was when like Fast and the Furious was out. Remember, he had the Spider Eclipse, and she had a red one. So you couldn't tell us nothing. We were riding around, and listen, we used to be in that thing right there.
That's how you know that's chuggy.
Yeah,
Chuggy. Wow.
Definitely chuggy.
Wow, you didn't have to do that to me right now, bro. I forgot about that shit. Wow.
I use it in the house with the way.
Yeah, you can think
like,
Shut
up.
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
Chuggy.
So she had a red one, and we used to be.
That should look fire though.
Nah, it was in high school. Can you imagine being in 10th grade with a red one of those? Like, yeah. And so, yeah, they got in trouble. She got her car taken for like the rest of the year. My mother was like the cool mom. She was like, yes, better not be cutting school no more. But that was one of the things that I didn't cut school a lot, but that was one of the most memorable ones.
I definitely I used to cut school, or just drink. I was an alcoholic.
I did not drink in high school.
You ain't drink in high school?
I ain't smoke in high school.
I didn't smoke in high school. I was scared to drink.
I didn't drink and smoke and go to school. I would do it after.
I did none of that.
Yeah, I did it.
I mean, and I had friends I could have done that with. I was just too pussy. To be honest, I went to Catholic all-boy private high school, but I was there on a scholarship. So that was also probably another reason why I was too.
Yeah, let me not even fuck this.
I was like, you know what? That's fine.
I didn't drink and stuff in school like that. Like they had the liquor, and like I probably would try, but I was really scared. I didn't really start drinking until like after school. All my friends would be like, "Girl, you act so old."
I think it got crazy when I was like in 12th grade. I was a senior. I'm like, I'm out.
You was drinking in the 12th grade, like drinking.
Sure, I was like after school or cut school or something. I was with a certain guy at the time. So like link up and we have our drinks.
The men really be messing
bad
us
influence.
Up. Bad
influence. When I graduated Stevenson High School, guys. I graduated
we got
from
out of there. Went on to college, and
I remember
now we're podcasters.
I remember one time when I was in middle school. We said never podcast. So stupid. I remember in middle school I got caught. Right, I had brought my ex-boyfriend up to the house.
Middle school.
In middle school, I was in 8th grade, and I had brought.
Wait, so you brought the boy up to the house?
I bought. It was just me in the house. My mother and father was at work, and I thought my father was getting off late. Right, so I brought the boyfriend up or whatever. We in the house, and we chilling. Next thing you know, I hear the key. I said, who the fuck is that? I know my mother is at work until 11. My father should not be getting off until damn near 9. It's like 5 o'clock. So I said, oh shit. I shoved the nigga in the closet. I closed in my room. So I come out. So I'm like, oh, it's my father? I said, shit. But one thing I knew, I said, once he goes in the bathroom, right? He's not gonna come out for like 30 minutes. So I was like, okay, you stay in the fucking closet until he goes to the bathroom.
In 8th grade.
In 8th grade.
Wow.
So let me tell y'all motherfuckers. He goes in the motherfucking bathroom. I'm like, all right, good. I think my father probably saw the way I was moving. Like I was like, when you want to like what the fuck is you doing? Why you here?
I'm ready to hear the rest of this story.
So he goes in the bathroom finally. So I go get the nigga. I'm like, let's go, be quiet. My nigga, he gets all the way to the door. Outside the door, my father come around the corner. He's like, yo. I'm fuck. He was out the door. How the fuck? And why? My father had,
He knew.
Huh? He knew. And he came out like looking like I knew something was going on. Like, whoa, come here.
Wow.
That was crazy for me. And let's just
what
say
I was do in 8th grade.
What was we doing?
Yeah.
I lost my virginity.
I didn't.
I lost my virginity. I was 13.
For real? I had a whole year on you.
Y'all had a whole 4 to 5 on me because I didn't lose it till 18.
To 18.
Yeah.
Damn. I had a baby by 18.
I was a straight up hoe by 18.
She said she was a straight up hoe.
By 18.
I had a baby in high school.
Hey, there was nothing much to do when you're in high school other than like outside of school. It was like, what you doing? Going out, drinking, or fucking? What?
Exactly.
Right. That's what you did in high school. Drinking, fucking.
I mean, the energy that you had as a teenager. Imagine even as your own. Imagine your own. The energy your children have. Now imagine a teenager, and now y'all. I mean, y'all still got energy now. It's not like y'all old as hell.
Shit, I do be getting my pains.
Oh, gross.
I'm just not like that, you know. I'm talking about body aches. Like gross.
When it rained, your knees start hurting.
My knees start hurting and shit. I ain't as young as I used to be.
Do you think that's for real, or
What?
do
Every time
when it start raining, your knees start hurting?
you can feel like people.
It might be the moisture of the air.
Yeah.
That could maybe fuck you up, but that also might be in your head.
But that happens to Dwayne all the time. But every time I say like my leg is hurting, he's like, it's gonna rain. You know, I'm like,
Yo, just tell him to roll another blunt.
huh?
Just tell him to roll another blunt.
Roll another one.
Bro.
But that happens. That happens though. When it rains, he can feel his knee.
Interesting.
That always happens. It's been since.
Yeah, I know a lot of it. My grandmother used to say it. I was about to say our grandparents used to say that all the time. Like
changes in barometric pressure may make your tendons, muscles, and any scar tissue around that joint expand and contract, creating pain in joints affected by arthritis.
Told you.
You might not have arthritis, but still.
Yeah. I told her. She was like,
Why do my knees hurt when it rains?
Yeah, that's what happens.
As soon as your body detects this change, it makes your soft tissue swell up. As a result, fluid in the joints expands. Unfortunately, the expansion and contraction that takes place around the joints can irritate your nerves and cause pain. Yeah. So yeah, the pressure, the moisture in the air. You know,
have your knees hurting when it rains, child. Like my grandmother used to say, she used to be rubbing. I can still picture her in the kitchen sitting at the table rubbing her knees, like it's gonna rain tonight. Rubbing her knees. It's sure gonna rain tonight. And guess what? It did. It rained tonight.
The OG meteorologist. Damn.
That's all we did. Especially like we had Southern grandmothers.
Oh yeah.
Like even though you grew up in the city, I've spent the first half of my life in the city. Like. We had Southern grandmothers, so we grew up with those. Listen, it rained at night. If it thundered,
you turn on lights, some TVs, and all that. You don't have nothing on in that house.
You
be in that
better
dark.
not have nothing on. You better not have nothing on. If it's thunder and lightning, nah.
And if it was dark, I'd be scared. Put the Bible under your pillow.
Put the Bible.
That's what they put.
Open it to Psalms.
Psalms 23.
Exactly.
That's it.
How we had this?
That's what I know about. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall be telling you. I know that by heart. Give it to me.
Because exactly. There's a lot of those moments, child.
Well, anyway, that was cool. Tiff's tip.
Okay, so we're talking about like high school and when we were in high school, and I was talking about I go to my cousin's house in White Plains one Friday night, so we were talking, having a little session outside. You start thinking about stuff, and I was telling them because they always be like, "Girl, what you talking about? What y'all talking about?" So I was like, "I think we're gonna talk about the transition in school and blah blah blah." And so my cousin asked, she was like, a question that you should ask. Shout out to Joy, because she was like, if it was a grade that you can go back to and repeat, right? But everything in your life would, like, you would move on from that time. Like, but if you can go back to a point in your life, like when you were in grade school, what would that grade be and why? And she told me some real shit last night about her grade.
Say that question one more time.
Yeah.
Right. So if you could repeat any grade and move on with life, so it's not like you would repeat that grade and shit would go back to the way it is.
Or just the things that happened in that grade or that year.
So if you can pick one significant grade to repeat, to go back to where it was like the best time of your life back in school when you were a student, what grade would it be?
Oh shit! Shit. I would say maybe the 11th and 12th grade.
Really?
I think, yeah, because like I was telling you, I was like, I had more freedom. I felt like I could do more. I don't know. I was just like.
That's tough.
That's a tough question, right? I don't
maybe it's kind of.
But your high school days are the best day, I feel like. I feel like, I think 11th, 12th grade.
And we can't count college, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you where I would go back to. I would go back to the 5th grade. The 5th grade is where like life changed. The 5th grade is when I had to grow up. My mom and grandfather had moved to South Carolina. I was still going to school up here. And that's when I got to make the decision whether or not I was going to live my life in New York and stay with my father and my grandmother.
I was just about to ask you guys what life would have been if y'all switched places in terms of who went where.
Really? So that's why I would go back to the 5th grade, because if I had never moved down south, of course, I wouldn't have my kids. I would, and I wouldn't change that for the world. But I would love to, if I can still have what I have now, like them, and to see what life would have been like. Like I said, that was a grade where we moved down south. We left New York and we moved down south. Yeah. That's the last grade I did in New York. So I would go back to that time and choose. Not just to choose to stay here and see what life would have been like had I been raised, like did those years that really count in New York. So 5th grade would be the grade that I would go back.
You think you developed that accent from 5th grade on?
When I moved down,
you probably. I know it's probably weird when someone tells you that. I know you have an accent.
Yeah,
she does.
I do, and I like it.
Yeah, great accent.
I use it to my advantage. Okay. Like sometimes I could be talking to some people and I'm just like, the Southern accent goes out the window. But it's a lot of times where I use it to my advantage. Like I hold on to it. For some. But when I first moved down there, it was so weird to me because it was just weird, like the way they talked. But I wanted to talk like them so bad. So I remember doing it on purpose to make myself talk like them, just so I can be like them.
I'd stick out like a sore thumb.
For real. No, I remember wanting to.
Of course.
I didn't want to stick out because I already stuck out because these kids have been with each other since pre-K.
Oh, yes, because they're smaller towns.
It's a small town, so they're literally with each other from pre-K till 12th grade. Okay. So I wanted to fit in with them. So yeah, I developed everything Southern really fast. Like I got thrown into being a Southerner really fast. So, but yeah, that's a great one.
They wanted me to. My mother and father, they try to, gas me up. I supposed to have went to school down there.
I heard that rumor back in the day. I heard that back in the day. That she was going to come down there and go to school.
But I never, because everybody, all my cousins and stuff, they was all down there going to school. And like, even when I was down there for the summer, they would go to school before me, obviously, because we start later.
It's so funny because like you have the New York accent and then there's the Southern accent. And I never really took back a second, just like, damn, like it's kind of crazy how different and yet so like y'all are. So nice. Sorry, keep on.
I could do the accent though if I want to.
Do it.
No, I ain't doing it now. Damn. I gotta prepare myself.
You do a New York accent, Tiff?
It sounds dumb, so no, I can't. It sounds real dumb. It just sounds like, even when I say certain stuff, like I could be like, I can tell my son, like, Jay, turn the light off. He'd be like,
oh yeah, what the fuck?
What is off?
What's off? How you supposed to say it?
Off. He's like, you want me to turn the light off?
Turn that off.
Turn it off. I'll turn it off.
Off.
She said, what the fuck?
I said, turn the light off. And he'd be like, no, I'm going to turn it off and we're going to keep it moving.
He gonna be like,
so it'd be like little stuff. Like I said, I just sound dumb when I do it. So yeah, that's just, yeah.
I don't think you sound dumb. That would took him back.
It's weird. Like he's not used to it.
If y'all walked in and y'all switched accents, I probably would have noticed. I'd have been like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm going to come in here talking straight.
The way it comes out sometimes when I'm talking.
See, you're talking.
Exactly.
That's an Italian talking. Right? I don't know. Wow. Anyway.
But yes, you said 5th grade.
Yes.
Which I see. What about you?
I guess a hard question. Like I said, maybe you know what? Maybe the 12th grade, maybe 11th, 12th. I said 11th, 12th grade. But that's when my mother and father, they were going through the divorce thing and things got out of hand. I just feel like maybe sometime, what if things were different? If they didn't.
Right, because that was a big change.
That was a big change. They divorced. They separated in 11th grade and they officially divorced after I graduated. No, I'm lying. It was 12th grade. They separated. And then Yeah. So yeah, probably 12. I wonder, what if? But they cool now.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready for the wedding. They probably get married soon. Who knows?
They are mad. They mad cool. They chemistry when they be together. For them to have been separated for all these years, like when they together, I be like, oh, they so cute.
Mike and Teresa.
Don't
let mommy get drunk.
Oh God.
Start thinking about shit. Anyway, let's just leave it at that.
This was fun. I love going back and reminiscing.
Yeah.
But that was fun. We have kids that we can live out our past lives through them, whatever. But that was fun.
Yes, keep tuning in every Wednesday. Keep liking, subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff.
Yes.
And we appreciate you guys. The views are going up, like we say every week since we came back. We going up.
Back. Exactly.
We going up. So yes, like we said, tune in every Wednesday, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you guys so much. We love y'all. Bye.